Greetings, greetings, fuckers, fuckettes, and fucks of the non-binary variety. I'm gonna try to keep this on a set topic, but I cannot guarantee that it will not devolve into strong language, adult themes, and concepts that will probably send you straight to hell if you think they're funny. So, a lot has changed since my last live. So, let's quick update on that while I wait for anybody to feel like jumping in. It'd be really cool if anyone did. So, I don't know if everybody knew, but I finally got rid of Josh for good back at the end of July. I'm now living with my mom, and I started dating somebody that I've actually known for about 12 years, and I'm now about 4.5 months pregnant with my second child. So that's a thing that's going on now. So I'm going to go ahead and actually see if I can post the StreamYard link in here if anybody wants to jump in. But, oh, thank you, Mark. So, the topic that we're supposed to be sticking to, but probably won't, is one that kind of came to my mind. As we all know, I myself identify as being pretty, oh, the express pass, huh? Well, I'm driving the bus. Oh, wait, no, my mom is driving the bus, but I got a pretty good seat there. So, as we all know, I identify as more agnostic. I don't think there's enough evidence either way to kind of verify or disprove the existence of any higher deity. But there are, other walks of life out there. And my boyfriend, who may or may not make an appearance if I decide I feel like turning on my camera, he's actually quite militantly Jewish. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And we've actually been discussing how exactly our holiday is going to work when I'm probably going to stick to my own, how I've been living. And my older daughter, NanoSci, has been celebrating Christian holidays such as Christmas, Easter, etc. So, I mean, as of right now, we went over to my aunt's yesterday, and my daughter opened presents, and she finally found out that she's going to be a big sister. She's completely over the moon. So, hello, Purple. So, yeah, it's kind of tricky though, because I mean, my boyfriend's very anti-Christian holidays, and he's got his reasons for it. I can't, I'm not gonna begrudge him those reasons, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure what to go with those that the government recognizes. Well, I don't think that's particularly fair. So, what exactly is your reasoning there? You got a basis for that suggestion? I'm genuinely curious. I'm not being an asshole, which I know is not typical for me. I'm actually supposed to celebrate this holiday that the government recognizes with my dad in a couple hours, so that'll be fun. So I'm just seeing if anybody feels like popping in. I'll send the StreamYard link one more time. Because it gets lonely in here by myself. At least this time I won't end up like. Hopefully I don't end up losing my shit like I did the last time. So. That is. You're not always necessarily paid to get those days off, surprisingly. Okay, cool. That'll be great to have you, Purple. So, yeah, actually, I'm not sure if I'm not off of today, but I work night shift. I'm back working the hotel. I'm doing the hotel thing again. And yeah, I was off yesterday because I'm off Saturdays and Sundays, but I actually have to work tonight. So I'm going to be operating on no sleep and too much coffee for a pregnant woman, I would say. I've already had too much. I had a 24-ounce, and I don't think I'm supposed to drink more than 8 ounces. But I drank a lot of coffee when I was pregnant with NanoSci. NanoSci will be no different. I'm so excited to be having another girl, truth be told. But yeah, so far it seems like it's going to be a nice blend of you know, Microsci was expressing interest in Hanukkah anyway. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find her a dreidel, which sucked, but I think we were just too late in shopping for it. It wasn't even brought up in time. But, I've been having this debate with my boyfriend for actually since a dreidel. You ain't never heard of no dreidel? Come on. Anyway, um, so yeah, we were looking for a dreidel so that Microsci could learn how to play with that. It's a. How have you never heard of a? You know what? That's a question to which I'm not sure I want the answers. But anyway, um, and my aunt was looking for like a kid's menorah or something. And honestly, my daughter couldn't be asking about that with better timing, especially given the fact that we're thinking of raising her little sister Jewish. But I do want both kids to have the full experience of both. So it's kind of a tricky situation. Hi. I might as well turn my camera on. Yeah, I'm dressed in glitter and all of that because why not? It's a festive day. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here, I'll turn the camera on you. Everyone, this is Nate.
How's it going?
Much better fit for me than Josh, I promise you that. This one's not a dope feed. So, okay, you know what? I'll let Nate take over. Hey, Nate, can you explain what a dreidel is to my viewers here?
It's a four-sided top.
Yeah, essentially, it's like but there's like a game involved too. You're so dry for what? I'm literally asking you a question on which you have more expertise than I do.
The four-sided top that has Hebrew letters on it that stand for a game that you will play for money.
Not real money though.
Nah, chocolate coins. It's a kid game.
Yeah, so we were trying to get a dreidel for my daughter, and oh, this is a good question. Somebody asked, hey,
What's up?
no, come here. Then you might need your expertise on this. I thought the Jewish bloodline was passed through the mother. Is that true?
Sure, mother and father.
Okay, so apparently it's passed through both parents. So that's a misconception we can clear up. This might actually turn into clearing up misconceptions about Judaism.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that here.
No, people are asking legitimate questions.
Yeah, about the story for this whole shot, so you're on your podcast and stuff.
Okay, well, which story are you going to?
So,
can you bring me ginger ale? Thank you, I love you. Okay, so apparently the Jewish bloodline can be passed through both parents, which is awesome. Okay, we're doing pull-ups on the ceiling. That's nice. Yeah, aside from everything else, Nate is also an aficionado of BMX and a bit of a workout buff, which is a refreshing change.
Calisthenics instructor.
Yeah, that too.
Books right on the actually.
Uh-huh. So, yes. Looks like somebody's here. There's Purple. Add to stage. Greetings, darling. How have you been?
Okay. Yep. I just had to get everything set right here.
Huh. How have you been, my dear? It's been forever.
Yeah, you'd have to be more specific, I guess. I never know how to answer those simple questions.
You know what? Neither do I.
Yeah. But
really, there aren't that many Jewish people in
news.
Australia. What happened?
Sloth Girl got some good news. They finally found a chemo drug that is at least keeping things in check.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's not going to cure anything, but it has prevented it from spreading any further.
Well, maintaining the status quo while looking for a way to improve it is
Yeah,
certainly better than worsening the status quo, now isn't it?
it buys her some more time.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about the kind of time my mother has recently. She's going through absolute hell, perpetually on the verge of losing her home, and her husband is not helping things.
Yeah.
It's good to see you too, Chaos. So,
Yeah, I've gotten into the
Purple.
range of somewhere between 35 and 40 hours on 2 hours sleep now.
Oh my God. Yeah, well,
So,
you
yeah,
remember
that's
how much I
when
can relate to
Caesar
that.
said I was, running on empty. That's what he meant. Because I
Yeah.
could not fall asleep last night, and I had to
Well,
start
you've
the techno
perpetually dealt with
stream at
insomnia as long
5
as I've known you.
Huh?
You've dealt with insomnia pretty much as long as I've known you, have you
Oh,
not?
yeah. I've dealt with insomnia all my life. I've never slept well. But I couldn't
Yeah, so
fall asleep
it runs in
last
my
night.
family.
I had to start the kickoff stream at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my
So then
God.
I just had a short nap before I had to drive Sloth Girl and her son out to her daughter's house, which was 4 hours driving in the rain.
Jeez. That's insane. That's literally insane.
Yeah, well, so doing okay, but it's kind of like if I stop moving for very long, I'm likely to drift off here.
Yeah, I've definitely been there. I mean, you remember how perpetually on edge I was working at Quality Inn, so this is something to which I can relate. Just don't let it drive you to a pulmonary embolism like what happened to me.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like I kind of want to take another nap, but at the same time, I've got a certain amount of anxiety about making sure this all goes as planned and what happens if somebody cancels at the last minute.
Yeah, I was worried about making sure I went live on time. I had a bunch of errands to run. Nate and I went to Quick Check because we had to have our coffee, and Nate had to smoke his morning blunt. And
Yeah.
then suddenly I had to go to the bathroom, and I was worried I'd be stuck on the toilet when I needed to go live. I mean, I feel like everybody would have understood that, but like, still,
Oh yeah, Nerve already
embarrassing.
just continued her stream a while longer until we figured out what was going on with you.
Oh no, I was just patiently waiting my turn. That's all.
Yep. Well, we saw you there in the side chat, so I knew everything was going to be okay
Yeah,
with.
I just popped. Yeah, I just popped in to say hi before I went live. That's is all.
Yep.
Ow.
And actually,
Yeah.
yeah, from here on, this should be,
Yeah.
should be pretty good
Hopefully
here.
everything goes. Yeah, hopefully everything goes smoothly.
Yeah,
I have
but
plans to
you
do
never
that.
know. And it was like last year we had that episode that 3 hours before he was supposed to go live, Beck's computer packed up on him.
Oh my God.
So it's like in the middle of the stream, was having to hustle and try to find somebody to fill that time slot.
Yeah.
So we got it done, and apart from anybody actually watching when the schedule changed, nobody else was aware of it.
Yeah, really.
So yeah, I mean, I worry about it every year, but we've been doing this for 6 years now, and it always works out.
Right.
But I also have chronic anxiety, so it's like, yeah,
As do I.
I'm always going to worry about it just coming off right, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's been real encouraging. Everything's gone well.
Oh, am I roboting slightly? Sorry about that. I am in a basement while I'm doing this because I'm not trying to cause any disturbance. I'm actually at Nate's house right now, so.
Yeah, I would say slightly is the appropriate word
Yeah.
for it. I've heard bits of it, but it hasn't really even been distracting.
Yeah, I'm kind of like moving around to find the right position to make sure my audio quality doesn't lag too much.
Yeah, if you're in the basement, your phone's probably not getting a good signal
Well,
to your router or whatever.
Nate kind of lives in a dead zone. I'm using mobile data entirely,
Oh,
and I'm not trying to hook up to the Wi-Fi for reasons I'm not going to discuss on live. I'll probably tell y'all about it privately because I love to dish the gossip, but I'm not going to do that where anyone can hear me. But so
the turtle mode says I'm letting all my secrets out, and I prefer to do it that way. Because if I'm not keeping secrets, I don't have to remember who I lied to.
you know what? No, that's an excellent point. I mean, I I just remember a secret I was keeping for a very long time that I'm just glad is done and over with now that I don't have to deal with anymore.
Hmm.
So yeah, I was actually keeping my pregnancy with NanoSci a secret, but then it kind of became imperative. I actually had to publicly announce on Facebook that I was pregnant because a friend of Nate's was threatening to have me jumped knowing I was pregnant, and I didn't know who he would lie to try to get me jumped. Yeah.
What?
I'm living in this tiny town I grew up in. It's
Yeah.
not without its fair share of drama. I live in a 1 square mile town where everybody knows everybody. Everybody is bored. So
Okay. Yeah. That's exactly the problem I was having when I was living in Michigan, and why I had to get out of
right, yeah,
there. It was a
it's
town that was 3,000 people, and they only managed that many because somewhere around 2010 they merged 3 adjoining towns together to get the 3,000 people.
oh yikes on bikes.
Yeah. However, even though there were only 3,000 people, there were 25 active churches.
Yeah. So why are
So
we
if
pink
anybody
tracing
had
people who
actually
don't
found I
like?
didn't belong to any of them, that probably would have got me lynched in itself.
Right.
We won't even go into the whole thing about being queer. It's just not belonging to a church would have been enough.
Not enough money to buy drugs. You know what? I'm not even gonna.
Well,
It was
it's
less
also
robot
why I
and
would
more
have
like
become
auto tune share.
yeah. It's also why I would have become an alcoholic if I had been stuck there much longer.
Yeah, honestly, if I hadn't left Philadelphia, I would have ended up dead. It's funny, bigger cities can have small town vibes too, and not in a good way. Especially when you live in the area I was living in. I'm so glad I'm out of there.
Yeah.
It's honestly one thing I'm really happy about though is that I'm not dying sick with the flu on Christmas like I was last year. That was god awful.
Yes, same here. That while we were doing the stream last year, I was coming down with COVID.
Oh God, which variant? Isn't there a new variant coming out now?
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I just had that, but I had that about a month ago, so now I've gotten rid of most of it. I just have this hacking cough still.
Oh God, so what do you got? Long COVID going there?
No, it's just something I always have a problem with. Just because my
Yeah,
allergies
that
normally mess up my throat and sinuses, so it just takes a long time to recover from that.
right. Yeah, I've been having pregnancy allergies and they're god awful. Like normally I don't have allergy like symptoms in the winter, so that's how I know it's pregnancy related. I'm having sneezing fits, my eyes are watering constantly. I'm constantly congested and I hate it for me. So that's what it's I'm like perpetually sneezing, coughing, whatever. And people are like, "Oh my God, are you sick?" No, I promise I'm not sick. COVID was almost nothing for you. Well, that's awesome. See, I'm just thankful to be fully vaccinated. That's actually one benefit I had. I was living in Kensington, Philadelphia from November of
Yeah.
last year until July of this year. And one benefit being there, now I didn't ever and would never touch heroin, but there was a place called Prevention Point, and they were offering free COVID vaccines, and I guess they were giving people like 50 packs of needles. I ended up like selling them because what use did I have for needles? I'm too afraid of them, and I didn't inject drugs or anything like that. But I was able to get my 4th COVID shot. So now I have 3 Pfizers and a Moderna.
Yeah.
But I'm very fortunate that I was vaccinated when Omicron was going around, because I don't know if anyone remembers, I was working at the Holiday Inn in Princeton, and their COVID policies were so lax that there ended up being an outbreak of Omicron in the hotel. And I ended up bringing it home. So, and they still made me come to work.
Yeah, well, I've always been, worried about bringing something back to soft roll. So I've
Right,
gotten the
especially with her being
vaccines.
immunocompromised.
Yeah, I've gotten as many of the vaccines as they've let me get. But
right, I might be due for a booster. I'm not sure, but I had to get my boosters.
I have come to believe that her son is an asymptomatic carrier, because every time I've gotten COVID, it's been the week after he was here, which means I was locked up in the car with him for an hour and a half to take him home.
Oh, dear Lord. That's horrifying.
So it's like he never gets sick, but I'm pretty sure he's the one who keeps giving it to me.
Well, now let's get some forensic evidence. No, I'm kidding.
Well, he works in retail, so it's like, how many 100 people a day.
I was in that hell for a while.
Yeah,
I was in that hell for a while as a manager at my local Burlington coat factory, and then I decided I couldn't do it anymore. They were actually, what they did was, I had reported another supervisor because a few of the cashiers, they all reported directly to me because I was head of customer service. And they reported to me that one of the selling floor supervisors, whenever she was manager on duty, was screaming profanities at them, probably abusing them. And I reported it to the store manager, who responded in a retaliatory manner by essentially, she couldn't actually demote me, because if she demoted me, then it was obvious retaliation. But I was all but stripped of MOD status unless I was closing the store on Mondays. And basically was a glorified cashier. So then, as we all know, because I'm not quiet about it, I suffer from prothrombin G 2021-0A, which is one of the rarest clotting disorders in the world, rarer than hemophilia, in fact, and it's the complete opposite. I cannot be in one place, either standing or sitting, for long periods of time. Like, obviously doing this stream for a couple hours is fine. Like, that's fine. But I can't, like, be standing at a register for 8 hours. I can't be, like, being behind the front desk of a hotel. I'm able to move around, and I do move around a lot. And
yeah, you've got to be able to walk around frequently.
Exactly, but I also need to be able to sit down when I need to, which I am absolutely allowed to sit down when I need to. They've been very accommodating at the hotel I work at now. So, plus I'm pregnant, so I've got that going for me. So, I sent a text to my store manager basically saying, this is the medical restriction that I have. I'm working on getting a doctor's note, but you of all people understand, Purple, how long it takes to get a simple doctor's appointment. Like, I've had to make follow-up appointments from an ER visit, and I couldn't make one for like 3 months.
Yeah, well, that was another reason to get back to Minnesota.
Right.
Is that the Medicaid here has been much better than any other state I've lived in.
Is it? I actually have to fix my Medicaid. My lovely fucking family fucked me over on my Medicaid renewal. So I am now pregnant without insurance. There's a pre-certification on file so that I'm covered until NanoSci is born. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, I'm fucked, and I have to get over to social services so that I can renew all of that.
Yeah.
It's got awful. I mean, New Jersey has its shit together with Medicaid for the most part. I'm so glad to be back there for that purpose.
Yeah, I'm kind of
With
in
Nate
weird
getting something.
limbo right now with my name change because the county
Oh,
has
you got
been
a name
stalling
change.
with changing my records. So right now it's
I was
Social
wondering what was up
Security.
with your new name on Twitter.
Yeah. No, I didn't
And
change
you
it.
got the legal gender change as well?
Yep.
That's fantastic. These are the kind of
No,
things I
I still
actually
have to work on getting the birth certificate changed.
yeah, I'm actually trying my best to be the best. I'm no longer the youngest sibling anymore. Now that I reconnected with my dad last year, and I actually now have, she was my younger brother, but she is now transitioning to my younger sister.
Oh,
And I think this is just fabulous. My dad had told me last Thanksgiving about it, and he went to tell me, if you ever go so far as to disrespect her. And I said, Dad, Mom raised me better than that. If I so much as dead named a trans person on purpose, or I purposely, are you kidding? My mom would shoot me. That's one thing. My mom was a screw up as a parent, and I really don't care if she sees this stream and hears me say it, because it's true. But the one thing she did right was raise me with the mindset, big whoops, some
okay.
people are gay,
Now
big
the
whoops, some
roboting
people are,
is worse.
oh, they're mucker. Basically, I was raised with the mindset, some people are gay, some people are trans, and that's fine. Mind your damn business. You know what I mean?
Yep. I've actually been surprised how well my family has taken this. I mean, my eldest brother, I knew to write him off before I even started because he's fundamentalist. He actually
Okay,
asked
well,
for
that's all I need. That's all I needed. Fundamentalist.
no,
That just tells me
no,
everything I need to know.
no. This will tell you everything you need to know. Was that
Uh-oh.
on his gift request list, he asked for Ray Comfort DVDs.
Oh, jeez. Yep,
So, yeah.
yep.
So yeah,
No, honestly, what
I knew
tells
I
me
wasn't
everything I
going to
need.
get anywhere with him, but I'm surprised with how well in general they've all taken it. So
My family is, it's actually funny. My dad's twin sister, a couple of years ago, I went to Dunkin' Donuts up in Morristown, which is actually where I'll be today, in Morristown. I met up with my aunt, and she was telling me how she was very worried that one of my cousin's children, who actually has the same name as NanoSci, she was very worried that she said, I think she's gay, and I'm worried about how the family is going to treat her. My dad's family is actually very surprisingly Trumpy for how much of them are literally on welfare.
yeah,
And
that's unfortunately common
I
from
know
some
it's
of the poorest counties in the country.
right. And my dad has actually had to distance himself from a lot of his family because of the whole Trumpiness of it all. My stepmother is very vocally anti-Trump. She actually vetoed, my dad and stepmom are house hunting. And they told me the full story recently. They were looking at a house, and they pulled up to the house. First of all, at the end of the driveway was a steep drop off a cliff, and there were no guardrails or anything. So my stepmom could see it now, somebody's car falling off the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
And then my stepmom looked around, and the neighbors all had Trump flags.
Ah.
So the realtor called to say she was running late, and my stepmom said, "Don't even bother. We are not taking this house."
Yeah.
My stepmom is an absolute angel of a woman. I honestly kind of regret not having much to do with my dad sooner sometimes.
I used to give
I
people instructions. The house I lived in West St. Paul for how to get there was that you go over the bridge and you take the second left, and if you go off the cliff, you've gone too far.
I believe it.
Because we were the last house at the end of the block, and about 100 feet past our driveway it just went right down over about, a 600-foot drop down to the Mississippi River.
That is horrifying, and why I just remembered why I'm afraid of unstable heights. Heights I don't mind. Unstable heights are what I have a problem with.
Oh, yeah, the other
Like,
thing
you ain't
was,
never gonna see me doing no bungee jumping.
no, the other thing at the end of the block was that there was a stairway that went down to the street below.
What?
Yeah, it was like a 50-foot tall stairway that went down to the street below, but it had a street sign on it. It was designated as being a city street.
You know
And
what? There are some questions to which we will never have the answers and may never need them.
apparently, the whole reason that was there was because that was the mail carrier's route. He had to walk down that every day.
Today on That Don't Make No Sense, I don't even know what to make of that. Wow.
Yeah. Well, so they had to designate a city street because that then required the city to send somebody out there to shovel the stairway every time it snowed so that the mail carrier wasn't obstructed.
Right. Speaking of carriers, I actually found out something very interesting when I went for some. Science is so awesome, and one scientific advance in prenatal care is what's known as non-invasive prenatal testing, where we would normally have amniocentesis for testing for things like Down syndrome and whatnot. There is now a simple blood draw, and the baby's DNA can be. No, I am so good. I am so good. I'm just going to highlight this comment and say, no, I am so good. Anyway, so non-invasive prenatal testing, it's super cool. So basically, I had to get only 4 tubes of blood. My record is still 15 from when I was tested for my prothrombin mutation. I got 4 tubes of blood drawn, and they extracted my unborn daughter's DNA from my DNA. And first of all, that's how I found out that NanoSci is going to be a girl. And thank God, because I don't know what I would do with a boy. Not that a boy is a problem, but Nate is enough of a handful. 2 of him, please.
Honestly, I felt the same way. I was glad that I wound up dealing with only girls.
Yeah, boys can be a bit exhausting. I have a 10-year-old nephew, so yeah.
Well, and it wasn't, so much for me as far as keeping up with them, but I couldn't really explain to my family at the time why a boy with me as his primary male role model, really wouldn't be getting what he needed.
Yeah, I could see that. But anyway, so what I actually found out though from this prenatal testing, I apparently am a carrier for 2 kind of serious genetic disorders. One is Cohen syndrome. The other is Sanfilippo syndrome. And
I don't know.
Sanfilippo syndrome
doesn't sound good.
Well, Sanfilippo syndrome, I forget what the hell Cohen syndrome is. If somebody could get a link up in this chat, that would be fantastic to explain what it is, because I'm streaming from mobile and cannot switch tabs willy-nilly.
Yeah.
But Sanfilippo syndrome, essentially, it's a disorder, a genetic disorder involving missing enzymes. So certain things cannot be digested. And it is actually, it's degenerative. And people with Sanfilippo syndrome do not live past 20.
Yeah, Ankur is mentioning that only mods can post links, and apparently nobody in the chat is a mod.
Let me see something.
But I also have to say that Ankur is correct in that, yeah, babies are stinky and loud. That is pretty much the package.
My baby was not stinky or loud. My first one. She was actually my microsci was surprisingly good for being my kid. Now NanoSci, I'm not so sure, because Nate is a handful. As I said, I love him dearly. I really do. Like, I went from being beaten pretty savagely and
Yeah.
exploited for substances to now I'm being taken on dates and brought steak quesadillas from Taco Bell while I'm working at 3 o'clock in the morning
Mm.
and just loved on and told how awesome I am. And I'm like, are you sure you're looking at the right person? I'm not used to this, but it feels really nice.
I know what you mean, between going from my ex to my late fiance.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
as entertaining as I'm sure Josh was to all of you, yeah, there was a dark side there. Um, and then we won't even get into Matt because there was that whole incident during On the Sofa where he started an abortion argument with Godless Sewing and Artemis Brain Sample. And that was just one of the most humiliating moments in my streaming career. I'm so glad I
I
got
missed
rid of
that
these
stream.
shit men.
Yeah.
Wait, you were there?
No, I said I missed that one.
Yeah, you're probably better off because that was the problem with dating a Catholic.
Yeah, I was born in the Catholic Church, but they threw me out pretty early.
My mother was actually raised Catholic, but she chose to leave for various reasons. But I believe her final straw was the pastor was screwing her next door neighbor's wife. Yeah. And then there was a whole incident when I was a baby. My mom was actually going to have a christening for me to please her old Sicilian aunties. This actually gets back to what was supposed to be the topic at hand, because my mom is very devoutly atheist, as my uncle was, as all of you who knew him would know. But she was going to have a christening for me because her little old aunties were asking about it. So she took me over to my grandparents' church, which is St. James the Last in Jamesburg. Their cemetery is haunted, never go there. And they basically said that because my mom did not get married in their church, I think my mom and dad got married somewhere in Spotswood. I'd have to ask my dad, but or I could ask my mom, but my dad is a part of her life that my mom would like to leave behind forever. And my mom was basically told that I was going to hell because she didn't get married in that church. Now, I tended to hear stories like this when my mother would be very intoxicated, and this was no exception. And I was sitting at a bar with her when my mom's no alcoholic, by the way. She's actually drinks so little she qualifies as an abstainer, which is probably why when she drinks, she tends to get trashed pretty quickly. Give that woman a blackout, and it's game over.
Yeah, no resistance to it.
Yeah, and so I'm asking my poor drunken mother if my grandmother, of whom my uncle, I'm sure, spoke very highly to anyone who knew him, because he was apparently I understand he was quite devoted to her. My grandmother was a scary lady. And I asked my mom, did grandmama know about this? And this poor drunk bitch snaps out of it for a second and goes, no, I should have told her that day. She'd have gone over there and burned the place down. So, yeah. That's that was the end of the possibility of me being introduced to the Catholic Church. Oh, yeah. Yes, my mom is more of a lightweight than I am, and that's saying a lot because it's funny. I mean, I'm not very public about this, but I'm actually a recovering crack cocaine addict. I have about almost 5. I'll be 4 months clean. I will be 4 months clean on January 3rd. But I could handle that with no problem. But I have no tolerance for marijuana or alcohol. Like, I get drunk really easy. I get stoned really easy. But I could handle harder drugs with no problem, which was weird. But my mom, forget it. Done for. She cannot handle marijuana unless it's an edible. Oh, I fucked up bad a few months, like a week or two after I got back to New Jersey. I ate the whole gummy. I ate the whole gummy. And I'm on the living room couch, like stuck. And anybody who smokes weed understands what I mean when I say stuck. And I was like, Mom, I fucked up. She came in the room. I was like, Mom, I fucked up. She's like, what do you mean you fucked up? I said, I ate the whole gummy. And anybody who follows my mother or has even seen anything she's tweeted even once, I'm sure can imagine how that went over.
Uh-huh.
Well, what'd you learn from this time? What'd you learn from this, you fucking idiot? That's pretty much how my mom deals with me. I mean, she has been particularly vile since finding out about NanoSci, but that's nothing new.
Yeah.
She was like this with microsci. But microsci is like her favorite being in the world. I saw a meme on Facebook recently. Do grandparents really like their grandkids more than their own kids? And I asked my mom, and she said, "Oh yeah, hands down." To be fair,
Well, it's
microsci is
easy to like the grandkids better because you don't have to have them 24/7. You know, you
Yeah.
can have them for a day or for a weekend and then give them back to the parents.
Well, yeah, but there's also the fact that microsci is a sweet, loving, happy, girly girl. And then you have me, the family train wreck. Nobody has any idea how she came out of me. What's hilarious, though, is microsci is actually the first kid in my bloodline to sleep through the night. 2 months old, slept through the night. I will be 30 years old in 13 days, and I still do not sleep through the night. I've actually been awake for 4 hours now.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's I've been the same thing. That I don't know if I've ever slept through the night in my life when I wasn't just ridiculously heavy drugged. And
right, like
my
I think
system
I've
seems
slept through
to
the night
have
a handbeat.
my system seems to have astoundingly good filters that even when the doctors give me prescriptions, they wind up having to give me a dose that's like at least twice what somebody my size should need before it gets up to the blood levels they're expecting.
Have you had blood work to determine what could be the cause of this?
Yeah, they don't have a really specific cause. It's just my body seems to have good filters.
Huh? That could be a
And
blessing and a curse.
well, yeah, one of the things is that like it is hard for me to get drunk. It's actually hard for me to drink the booze fast enough to get drunk.
I cannot relate. I had 2 Angry Orchards the last time I drank alcohol that was not red wine, and apparently lost consciousness for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, Nate almost called an ambulance.
Well,
To be
and
fair, I
like
was also smoking weed.
you were saying with the gummies, and they finally legalized them in Minnesota, so I got some for us to try.
Yeah, New Jersey's legal too.
Yeah, so Sloth Girl, was trying to be cautious, started with a quarter of one, and it knocked her out for about 10 hours, even though she also usually has sleep problems.
Yikes on bikes.
Yeah, and I tried it, the first time being cautious, trying with the quarter and half, and it wasn't really doing anything. So the second time I tried a whole one, and that
Yeah,
was
my
still wasn't
stepmother.
doing anything. So an hour later, I tried another whole one,
Uh-huh.
and
Don't worry
yeah,
about me. Just a stabbing pain in my chest. I'll live.
well, even after 2 whole ones, about all I got off of it was a buzz that somebody would have got off a 6-pack of beer.
I aspire to your level of tolerance.
Yeah, but it makes it
Yikes.
expensive to do any of this stuff.
Well, have
So
I
I
got
was,
news for you?
I
I
got the
don't. I think
gummies.
you.
I got the
I'm
gummies
afraid.
specifically thinking, that they'd be something that would help me sleep, and even though they were kind of
Yeah, that's what my
pricey,
mom uses THC gummies for.
yeah, even if they were kind of pricey, just to be able to get a good sleep a couple times a month would have been so good. But it's like, no,
No such luck for you.
I have to take like half a bottle of them just to get one night's sleep.
That is insane. And whereabouts are you getting these gummies from? I have to ask.
Yeah, there's just I mean, since they legalized it, now there's places popping up all over. But they had
You
legalized
know,
the CBD stuff a couple of years ago, so there were already
CBD is trash.
but there were already shops set up for that. So as soon as they legalized the THC, they were just picking up that.
Well, you have to be careful with buying the THC stuff. Sometimes it's not necessarily actual THC. It's either Delta 9 or THCA, which is nowhere near as effective. I actually had somebody rip me off on Thanksgiving.
Mm.
I had gone into my dad's favorite smoke shop with him because I spent Thanksgiving with my dad. But that is one thing, like everything my mom has ever said about my dad in her tweets is actually 100% true. But my dad is the ultimate plug, bruh. So, but me and my dad went into this smoke shop because my dad needed to buy cigars. And the guy there sold the stuff that was THCA. And see, I didn't know the difference. Nate educated me, thank God, because Nate is Nate is 10 years older than me because, I tend to not go for guys my own age. Why would I? Guys my age are annoying. And the first one I dated since Josh was 20 years older. Now Nate is 10 years older.
Yeah.
But Nate's got a lot of experience with weed, and he's also the friendly neighborhood weed guy in my area. So, which is awesome. But, he has the expertise on this matter. So, he gave me like an eighth of this stuff for free, and it was about as effective as a cigarette. So, honestly, you're better off buying that stuff off the street.
Yeah.
Because when you go to the ones with when you get the stuff in the store, especially if you're grabbing it off a shelf, it's really no good. Like my dad has a medical card, so he has access to really good quality stuff.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know much about it either. I think what I got actually are the Delta 9.
and therein lies your problem. I mean, I hate to
Well,
say
like
it, but
you
yeah,
say,
I mean,
the
I'm
next
learning quite a
stuff
bit.
will
I'm learning
out,
quite a
but
bit about cannabis.
yeah. But Sloth Girl is
Yeah.
also a lightweight too, as far as the booze goes.
Yeah.
She can't
Yeah, beer.
in the night.
Yeah, beer is nasty. Beer is nasty. I'm sorry, not sorry. I can't stand beer. I like
No,
hard cider.
I've never liked beer. Now,
I hate it. I find it tastes like cat piss to
yeah,
me. I know I don't actually know what cat piss tastes like. I know somebody's gonna say it in the comments. I'm saying no, no, no. I do not actually know what that tastes like. I do,
I like
however, know what cat piss smells like.
I like hard cider, but unfortunately, I can't seem to find any decent stuff around here
I'm a
because
sucker for
it's like,
Angry Orchard,
but
but Strongbow is my favorite.
Angry Orchard is made with cane sugar, and I'm allergic to sugar cane, so it triggers my migraines.
Fuck.
Yeah, so it's like the various brands I've tried around here, none of them really taste like cider. They just taste like flavored beer.
What about Strongbow? Have you had Strongbow?
Yeah, same
I
problem with
love
that
that
one.
stuff.
There were a
I find
couple of brands
Strongbow
I
to
used
remind me of
to like.
alcoholic sparkling cider.
Huh?
I find Strongbow to remind me of alcoholic sparkling cider. I like it quite a bit.
Yeah, the Strongbow wasn't bad. There were a couple of
Yeah.
brands I used to like, Woodpecker and Hornsby, but I can't find either of those in the city.
I think I tried Red's once, Red's Apple Ale, but I don't remember if I've had it.
Well, yeah, again, though, it's an
Ooh, someone's
ale.
here.
It's more like a beer than it is a cider.
Yeah. What up? What up?
Oh, hey, Clockwork.
Hey, hello everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Have we met?
Probably in passing.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Wouldn't surprise me.
Purple
Well,
knows me.
Yep,
Yeah.
I've been on a few of his streams.
well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I don't know if you knew my uncle, the late great Cy Strike.
Yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, That man was taken from us way too soon. And that's actually how I ended up here in this community. I was the one to break it to the Twitterverse that he had died.
Yep.
He had a heart attack at the wheel.
Hey, I still have my official Psystrike face protector glove right here.
So does, I think my mom still has hers somewhere. Yeah, I think my mom still has hers.
It's always right next to my chair whenever I'm watching YouTube.
As it should be. I actually am on Facebook. My birthday fundraiser every year is for the Jeremy Fund because it meant a great deal to my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
He found out what the Jeremy Fund. I'll explain it to everybody, and everybody should donate to them because they're wonderful humans. Every dime. Now, I'm very wary of nonprofits because a lot of times, not all of the money that they raise goes to their cause.
Yeah,
But the Jeremy Fund, every dime they raise goes to their cause, which is actually paying utility bills for families of kids with cancer.
Yeah.
Cool.
And donations to them were actually requested instead of flowers when my uncle died. When he first came, they used to have, well, they still have the last Tuesday of June every year. They have an annual all-you-can-eat pasta dinner with like raffles and stuff like that, and a 50-50. And when Psystrike found out what they do, he decided he just had to write a check to them. And he came every year. I mean, no, first of all, very few things attracted my dear uncle more than unlimited pasta. I remember making the mistake of saying the words "too much pasta," and he just looked at me and said, "Do you need a psychiatric evaluation? You're saying these words and they're not, and you're putting them together, and it's not making any sense."
Sloth Girl would have dated him.
He was happily married.
It wouldn't matter for unlimited pasta. Sloth Girl would have dated him anyway.
My uncle was a great man, and I miss him dearly.
Yeah, I did get to meet him.
Oh, I'm glad. He was my favorite human to ever walk the earth. Aside from
when Lavender Lady and I went to the Ark Encounter protest in 2019. So I have a picture of him here, of us together here. But at the time, neither of us had done a face reveal. So in the picture, he's holding his mitt across his face, and I'm wearing my mask. So you can't identify.
Amazing. That's amazing, and I love that. And I'm going to need you to send me that picture as soon as humanly possible because that's I love that. No, I actually remember one time, my cousin, the one that I actually acknowledged, not the one that hijacked his channel. The other ones, she was on the boardwalk with her oldest daughter, and there was a flat earther preaching his nonsense, and the only logical response was to text Sideshock and be like, "Hey, there's a flat earther on the boardwalk at Point Pleasant." Obviously, he jumped in the car and came over there. And that is where the video of him confronting the flat earther on the boardwalk came from. Is my audio lagging or something?
Not fucking flat. I'm just saying.
What? No, it's not flat.
Yeah, the earth is not fucking flat.
Do you have my ginger ale? Yay, my ginger ale!
Have you got some good ginger ale?
Yeah, the only answer to what kind of ginger ale do you drink is Canada Dry. I'll die on that hill.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Canada Dry. I will drink Seagram's if I am desperate, but Schweppes, forget it.
Oh, Schweppes is nasty. That's just nasty.
Oh God, yeah, Schweppes is horrible.
Okay.
Nate, if you can stop complaining about the fact that I'm wearing glitter for 5 seconds, we're having a ginger ale debate.
You're having a glitter pressed all over my exercise floor. That's what I'm doing.
Well, I'm sorry.
Did somebody just say exercise? What the fuck?
My boyfriend is an exercise buff. He's a certified calisthenics instructor. And now he's mad because glitter fell off my shirt and got on his floor.
Nobody's mad.
You're a little mad.
Nah.
You're slightly salted.
Get over it, man. It's Christmas.
Eat a Grinch.
Fair enough. Okay.
Okay, there you go. You can share the picture I put up there.
Did you just say? Okay, I just want everybody to hear this. He said he's going to go smoke his coffee and drink his blunt. Did everybody else
Fair
hear
enough. Hey, yeah, fair enough.
actually just
That's
talking
the
about
way he
weed.
wants to do it. I mean, you know,
I love you.
who am I?
We were actually just talking about weed. Poor Purple here made the mistake of buying gummies from just anybody and thinks she may have gotten Delta 9.
Oh, yeah, it's possible. That shit's pretty strong sometimes, too, though.
No, she has to eat half a bottle of them just to be able to
Well,
sleep.
like
not
I
real.
say, they knocked Sloth Girl out. They just didn't have much effect on me.
She bought some bullshit, right? 'Cause I bought the Delta 8 gummies from Shelby Farm and toasted. Well, one off of one, because that's like a frog.
I told him about the THCA weed incident.
Yeah, I ate a frog from there once. They had a THC frog or a CBD frog. I ate that shit. I was high as fuck.
Well, how about the fact that my dad gave you a square of edible chocolate on
yeah.
Thanksgiving and then you ate the whole thing?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
Yeah, yes, he did.
I did.
And then he was driving while high on the edible and video called me while I was with my dad. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I ate the whole thing." And my dad just had this look on his face like, "That dumb motherfucker."
Pretty good.
I'm so excited to go to my dad's though, because my
I
dad.
gotta text him. I'll be right back.
Yeah, please send him that text I asked you to send. Thank you, I love you, thank you. Yeah, like 9:15, 9:30. I mean, I'm already dressed. I have my jewelry in and everything. I just have to put on my slut boots. I'm wearing slut boots, and you're gonna deal with it.
Is this going to see your family?
Yeah, I'm going to see my dad.
Okay.
good. Cherish every moment you spend with your
go-
parents. I'm
Going
just
to
saying.
see one of your parents, you should not be wearing something with the word slut in it.
I call them my slut boots because they make my ass look nice. But you know what? They're actually very nice, low key boots. I bought them when I worked at Burlington Coat Factory.
I have to say that one of the things with building my new wardrobe is I've developed a slight obsession with the knee-high boots.
That's what I have. That's what I have. They're like thigh high kind of, and they're wedge boots, so they're actually like super comfortable to walk in.
Yeah, except
Now, what have you? So what have you learned about makeup? Am I gonna have to have like a whole makeup tutorial like stream with you and Jenny?
Oh yes, I wish somebody would.
Hi, I exist. I'm a total makeup freak.
Yep.
I actually have to build more. I have to rebuild my whole makeup. I
Yeah.
have a $500. I used to have a $500 makeup collection. That shit got stolen when I lived in Kensington.
Yeah, I don't understand anything about makeup. I really need to start with the very basics, but yeah,
I can teach you
all
everything.
that kind of stuff that most girls learn when they're teenagers. I missed all of that.
Well, Purple.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I was
Purple,
giving
be careful.
Jenny hair dye advice.
Well, Purple, be careful. She might make you look like Gene Simmons. I'm just saying.
First
From
of all,
Kiss.
Father Mucker. No. When you should be afraid is if I start the sentence with, "Let me explain something to you."
Fair
Oh,
enough.
I actually used to have G cups. You don't want them. Now I'm in like double or triple D. I was a regular 38D, but now I am pregnant and my boobs are swollen. And I'm wearing like a 3XL in bras right now, and I hate it for me.
That tends to happen when you're pregnant.
Yes, I'm aware.
Although I do have to
remember, this is not my first rodeo.
It's the one part of the whole, child thing that I have not experienced was going through the whole pregnancy with a woman.
Yeah, being pregnant is not fun. And it's my second pregnancy, so it's actually kicking my ass more than the first one did. I found out from my doctors that, yeah, pregnancy kicks your ass more and more with each subsequent one. So I've decided I'm getting my damn tubes tied this time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm lucky that this pregnancy is going over as well as it is. I'm actually, I had to switch to heparin shots. Like, I'm sticking needles in my body every day.
Yeah.
I have to
Well,
shoot up
okay.
heparin like I did.
Well, okay. If I may ask, how old are you?
How old do you think? Purple, don't say anything.
Around 30.
I will be 30 in 13 days.
Oh, hey, look, I'm good. Okay, well, look, the
And you know
doctors
what's
will
funny?
fight you.
That photo in
No,
the,
no, hang on one
I'm too
second.
young.
The doctors will fight you about having your tubes tied. They will.
I got lucky. My last pregnancy, I could have gotten them tied, and I got lucky with an OB that was going to give me the consent forms right away. But she said, I want you to be 100% sure this is what you want to do because this is not something that would be reversible. And I said, okay, well, I'll put some more thought into it. But she would have given me the forms. I'm very lucky that I live in a very blue state
Mhm.
where they're pretty forward thinking.
Okay.
Well, also the fact
But
that you've already had 2 kids, they won't be so bad about
this
it.
will be my second child, yeah.
Yeah, but
But
usually they will fight you. They will fucking fight
oh
you.
yeah, I've heard of some doctors that want your husband to sign off, which is archaic as fuck.
Yeah, when my late fiance needed a hysterectomy because she had fibroids growing on her uterus and she had been in constant pain for 3 years. Her doctor turned around and asked me if I was okay with it. And I was
That's
like,
literally
1,
only the
why
woman's
the fuck are
decision.
you asking me?
Yeah,
2,
it's not my
even if I
decision.
What
had
is
any
that?
say in this,
What is that and why is it here?
yeah, well, 2, even if I had any say in this, she's been in constant pain for 3 years, so what kind of sadistic bastard would I be to say no?
Yeah. There was actually one permanent sterilization method. It has since been taken off the market, thankfully, but it would not have been an option for me anyway. They had the Escher implants. Turns out those were nickel based, and I am allergic, but I'm actually allergic to nickel, so I couldn't have done Escher.
Those.
Well, that's funny. I'm allergic to zinc, and they put that in gold rings. And yeah, if I put a gold ring on and it's got zinc in it, I will break out.
Yeah,
It's
I break
weird.
out if I have nickel. I break out if I put nickel on.
Yeah.
You didn't know I'm allergic to nickel, Nate? Why are you looking at me like that?
Sloth Girl has that too. She
Oh,
can't
this
wear
guy Clockwork.
Sloth Girl can't wear any jewelry with any nickel in it.
What the fuck did I do now?
Oh no, Nate was asking who was allergic to zinc.
Yeah.
And that's what you did. You were allergic to zinc.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sloth Girl can't have anything with any nickel against her skin. So,
neither can I.
Yeah, the only earrings she can get, they have to be the high quality stainless steel.
Yeah, I get stainless steel, or actually, because I'm considerate of my own allergy, if I can't wear junk jewelry, I'm not going to buy it for other people. So I actually got Nate. Today's actually Nate's mom's birthday, and I got her a birthday gift. I got her this really nice necklace, but it was white gold. Like I said, if I couldn't wear it, I wouldn't ask someone else to wear it. You know. Plus, I don't want anybody's skin turning green.
Yeah,
exactly.
Which tends to happen with anything with copper in it.
It's a goddamn lizard person. Hang on.
Stop. Let's not, because then we're gonna get people talking about the reptilian nonsense.
Hashtag non-Saurians.
Hey, I saw that Doctor Who episode. So.
I never saw Doctor Who. You know what else I've never seen? Still, I am almost 30 years old and I have never seen It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, it's not worth it. Yeah. You're not missing anything. Yeah.
I've been told I'm missing out because I've never seen Die Hard, but Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. As is
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I'm watching it right now.
Wait
it's
a
a
minute,
fucking Christmas movie.
You've never
All right, you want to start
Die
a fight?
Hard and you're running that across the
I
screen?
started this fight 2 years ago.
And she's never watched it.
Shut up, Nate.
There's a Christmas party in the Nakatomi building. They say Merry Christmas. Hans Gruber does, and so does John
No.
McClane.
Okay,
Yes.
nerdy. No, nerdy. I have never seen Gremlins either.
What?
Oh, Gremlins is a great movie. Oh shit, I saw that in the theater back in
No,
the
I have
day.
never seen Gremlins. I've never seen Gremlins. I've never seen Die Hard. Go ahead. All right, let's do it the fuck again. Chinese is hosting a stream. Let's rattle off movies, and I bet I've never seen them. Let's do it again.
That's okay. Most of the ones I mentioned, nobody's ever seen.
I've never seen A Christmas Carol either. I've read the story.
You've never seen Die Hard.
No,
You've
I've never seen
sat
Die
down and
Hard.
watched Die Hard. Then how can you say it's not a Christmas movie?
I said.
Well,
You've never watched
I
it.
can tell you how.
Watched it. How can you say
You
it's
gonna let
not?
me answer the fucking question, Father Mucker? So how I can say it is, when I first started participating in the Christmas relay, my first ever topic was, what makes a Christmas movie? And the fundamental question one must ask when deciding if a movie is a Christmas movie is, will the plot be fundamentally altered?
Let's get pedantic about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if Christmas can be removed from the movie without fundamentally altering the plot, it's not a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie then, because Christmas is what's going on during.
Okay, but you can take Christmas out of Die Hard without fundamentally
No, you
altering the
can't.
plot.
No, you can't.
She doesn't know because she hasn't watched this. This is why her argument is moot.
I've never seen Indiana Jones either, Nerdy wrote it.
Your argument is
Hey, Raiders of the Lost Ark is a good movie.
Never seen it.
It's crazy, huh?
I've never seen an Indiana Jones movie.
The first two Indiana Jones movies were good. The third one is acceptable. The fourth one should never exist.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, that's the one with
okay,
the
Nate.
alien. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
Here's a
that.
joke for you. What did Bruce Willis say when he had a vasectomy? Snippy Kaye, motherfucker.
That's good.
That's funny.
If you are going to see A Christmas Carol, the absolutely best version of it is The Muppets.
Nate, the dementia
yeah.
jokes are not called for.
Yeah.
You know what? Here we go. Here's the bet. Die Hard could take place during any other time of year. We know this because there are sequels.
Yep.
Yeah, but the first one took place on Christmas. Therefore, the first one is a Christmas movie.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it really is.
I have never seen it.
Your arguments are.
Hey, you've never seen it, so you can't say for sure that it's not a Christmas movie.
You're becoming very unintelligent because you're repeating it to different people that are telling you the same thing.
I have also never seen a Muppet Christmas Carol.
Well, that you should
Oh,
see.
A Muppet Christmas Carol? That's a good movie. Yeah. Kermit's
Listen, I
like
love the Muppets. I would totally be down.
He's Scrooge. Yeah.
Home Alone has sequels all during Christmas because Christmas. Yes, Home Alone is absolutely a Christmas movie. Now, what I love to entertain is the question of whether Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie. I would say it's both.
It's
It's
both.
a Halloween movie.
It's both.
Nate, what do you think? Is Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie?
Watch it.
You never saw Nightmare Before Christmas?
Nope.
What?
I had to watch it with my niece. It's both. It's both a Christmas movie and a Halloween movie. Yeah, it's both.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm literally about to turn my camera on and just turn it on Nate inflating his bike tire. Hang on, let me see if I can turn my camera. Settings.
Nightmare Before
Camera.
Christmas is a Halloween movie because when they tried to do Christmas, they made a horrific mess of it.
So this is Nate, and this is his bike tire, and those are his pegs. This is the lucky father to NanoSci.
Fair.
And I've
Okay.
said it before, and I'll say it again.
I think it's
If
a
I could
bit early
circle
for him
back
to be
for a minute.
assembling a bike for her.
If I could circle back for a minute.
This is his own bike, but he actually does have bike parts ready to go. He wants to build BMX bikes for both MicroSci and NanoSci. What? Why are you looking at me like that? He's always giving me some kind of "I'm done with your shit" look, which is how you know I landed. Well, this is how you know I landed a keeper. He just kind of deals with me.
Wait a minute. You said what now? Wait a minute.
Well,
Okay, fair.
see, Nate just kind of deals with me. He knows I'm a bit sanity challenged, and he's completely fine with it. He calls me his little weirdo.
I'm not going to touch that one.
Oh, hey, look. We're all fucking
please touch
crazy
it,
in
please
our
touch
own
it.
way. We
Yeah,
are
you know what? And
all
see,
crazy in our own way.
oh, absolutely. And that's what makes it so much fun. Did you text my dad? Nate? Did you text my dad? I don't know if you texted my dad. You're over here inflating bike tires. Yes, normal is boring, absolutely.
Oh, it isn't just boring. I don't even like people to use that word around me.
Oh, look down here.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
define
honestly,
normal. Yeah,
Yeah,
define normal.
mediocre. Normal is average, which is mediocre. That's my mom actually considers it insulting when someone calls her normal.
Yeah.
Like she actually takes it as a
deal
great
with
insult.
anybody who identifies as normal.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with normal people. That's
No.
why I'm glad that NanoSci. I mean, she was an absolute dream of a baby as far as sleeping through the night, eating good, et cetera, et cetera. But she had a very active mind from the get-go.
Yep.
She could look directly at you while you were talking from birth. She picked her head up right away. And I don't know what I would, you know how some babies are just kind of like blobs and they're just kind of like there? I don't know what I would have done with that.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have done either. Mine definitely weren't like that.
Yeah, NanoSci was all over the place from the minute. Yes, we are all weirdos, and that's a good thing. Let me cross my.
Really trying to press that point.
What?
So
We're all weird.
we all float down here.
Yes, we all float down here.
Yes,
And when
Turtle.
you're down here with us, you float too.
Oh, I ain't talking about you.
You'll float too? You'll
Yes, Turtle.
float
We are all a little weird. Some
Yes,
of
and
us
that's what
more
makes
than
it so much
others.
fun.
Have
Yes, and you know what?
have
That's
you
what
ever
makes it so
read
fun.
the book?
Make weird
Stephen
normal
King?
again.
Yeah.
I love that. There he is. What's up, Jeff?
No, actually,
What's happening? What's happening is we have, of course, as we always do during my section of the relay, gone completely off topic.
yeah. Because the only time we were on topic was discussing Die Hard, and nobody wants to go back there.
That's not even the topic this year. My topic this year was literally freaking. Yeah. Yeah, you forgot about that, didn't you?
Yeah,
But
I can still wind my cassette.
my top. Yeah, I hear it. But yeah. No, my topic was supposed to be how holidays work in families of blended belief systems, but yeah, we turned it into Die Hard and marijuana. This is how it goes.
speaking of
Strong
that,
language, adult
speaking
themes.
American.
Because America.
I've got two things.
America.
I've got two things.
Right.
Yes, Maya, there was supposed to be a topic, but we never, ever, ever stay on topic on my channel. Ever.
BMX stuff for the day, I guess. Until we go outside.
Yeah, there was also some BMX mixed in there because it's not.
Did they want to know about the Drano stuff? So I can give them a nice little presentation from this article.
Only mods can post links in my chat.
Oh, I'm not saying nothing nice. I'm saying I talk about it.
Oh yeah. Someone was asking about. So someone was asking about exactly how dreidels work because we were supposed to get one for NanoSci and had no luck finding them. So if anybody would like, I can actually turn this over to Nate for a second, and he can explain how playing the game of dreidel works. So
Wait, he's Jewish?
Yes, Nate is violently so.
Fair enough. Okay.
Hey, look at the trees. You should have been there for
Fuck off,
Nervardia.
Jeff. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
What we were doing was looking at the trees.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. The first one is a Christmas movie.
I got a coffee up there that I'm about to go smoke.
You're about to smoke your coffee.
Yeah, I got a coffee about to go smoke. Right?
Yes, he smokes
Clean
coffee
your
and
bowl
drinks
out.
weed. Yeah, this is my wonderful boyfriend, a BMX rider who smokes coffee and drinks weed. And you know what? I couldn't ask for a better man if I tried. Even if he does drive me up the wall and halfway across the ceiling sometimes. Because that's what happens in relationships. I've always said that love is when you want to stab someone in the throat, but don't do it because you'd miss them. And Nate has definitely contemplated my death a few times when I've gotten too annoying. He's just too nice to admit it.
I
Fair
think at
enough.
least 5 days a week that describes Sloth Girl and I.
Okay, filling a bong with coffee.
No,
Nate,
Huh? Filling a bong with coffee, like a coffee
really?
that tastes
Okay.
horrible afterwards.
so
I
Nate, so someone has requested an explanation of how dreidel works. So come here so that we can, so that they can hear you.
I got you. Here's the
Dreidel, dreidel,
Watch it,
dreidel.
watch it.
I
Watch the
have
corner.
literally known Sloth Girl her entire life,
Alright,
and
dreidels, right?
the only
So
reason
dreidels
that neither of us has killed the other is that we wouldn't
Yeah.
know anybody who
So
would
do
help
y'all want to?
inside the body.
Nate, it was Nate. Stop it. It was so.
It's a
So
request.
yes, it was a request. So here, Nate, go ahead, explain
Okay.
it.
I got you. Right. So a dreidel, it's really, that's a Yiddish word. The real word is a sevivon. That's a Hebrew word, right? But dreidel is a Yiddish word for a spinning top, right? It's got 4 sides and it can be made to spin on its pointed base. Dreidels are normally made out of plastic or wood, although some are, yeah, they're usually made out of plastic or wood. You know. Then let's see. Got you. Usually we play it on Hanukkah, right? So there's 4 Hebrew letters: a nun, a gimel, a hey, and a shin, and they stand for a phrase in Hebrew that means that a great miracle happened here. Right? What was the miracle? The miracle was that when we were being Hellenized by the Greeks, and they had a statue of Zeus in the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, that we went to war with them, and when we won, we took the statue down, took down all the pagan stuff, and we found a cruise of oil that we used for 8 days, even though it was really only for a day. You know what I mean? It was only enough for like 1 light, and they lit it for 8 days. You know, so the dreidel actually is so it's when the Greek Syrian ruled over the Holy Land, which set off the Maccabean revolt, right? And that culminated in the Hanukkah miracle. And learning Torah was outlawed, right? So we couldn't read the Bible, you know, in the Greek vernacular, the Torah in the Hebrew vernacular, right? As it was a crime punishable by death, and the Jewish children had to resort to hiding in the caves in order to study. So if a Greek patrol would approach, the children would pull out the tops, the dreidels, the sevivons, and they would pretend to play the game instead of studying. You know, so that's what the basis of the game is. You know, so the
I
letter.
did not know that.
Yeah, but there's a game also with the letters. So if you land on the nun with like an N, nothing happens. Obviously, right? If you land on the gimel, you get gelt. You get all the whole pot. You know, like the Hanukkah gelt. So the gimel is like for the gelt, and if you land on the hay, that means you take half of the pot. And if you landed on the shin, you get a predetermined amount back into the pot. You know, so it's a pretty fun game. I don't know if we really used those games when we were kids. You know, it sounds like some other shit. You know.
Well, yeah, weren't you a
We
kid when they
probably,
rode dinosaurs to school?
yeah, of course we rode Stegosaurus at school every day.
Oh, fuck you!
Love you, babe.
I'm not going to get into
hold
why
on,
I said.
so jelly donuts and latke are the traditional food.
You're wearing,
You know,
you're wearing that
yeah,
thing again, Jeff.
potato latkes.
Yeah. The song says they made it out of clay.
Yeah, it is. They do make it out of clay. But
Yeah.
usually you make them out of wood nowadays.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah. So that's our education about. You did not need to dangle your weed in my face. I can smell it in your pocket. The first time like I was telling everybody, Nate and I go back about 12 years, running into each other a handful of times, and every time I ran into him, he reeked of weed. And the last time we ran into each other after a couple of years of no contact was no exception. It was September 1st of this year, and he's riding past me on his bike, and yeah, he reeked of weed. And I'm pretty sure he had a good amount on him at the time. Yes, I thought.
Hey, look, do
Okay,
not
I'm gonna
buy your weed from a store. Know
No,
somebody that grows
absolutely.
it. Know somebody that
No.
grows it and get it from them.
Or just get it from Nate.
So you mean you picked him out for the classic reason that he's a good provider?
No, I picked him out because, well, actually, he picked me out. It was very interesting. He pursued me, which is not a typical thing for me. Basically, like I said, we've known each other about 12 years. He actually hit somebody in the face for me about a decade ago, and the guy
Hey,
had
you
it coming.
gotta
It was
do
the
this.
same guy who, if anybody has seen those screenshots, it was the same guy from the truck is front wheel drive incident. If anybody knows, they know. Um, but yeah, Nate and I went on our first date 2 days after we ran into each other, and it was an actual like really nice date. Like he took me to the boardwalk. We went and got ice cream. We went out for pizza, and then we went to the skate park. If Mother
Okay,
Nature has
he didn't take you to like McDonald's and shit. Yeah,
no,
okay, fair
it was
enough.
actually it was very nice. Like we went to the Point Pleasant boardwalk. We went to get what we did was we parked at this Italian ice cream shop, and we bought something there so they wouldn't tow the car.
Fair enough.
And then we walked the boardwalk, and then we went for pizza in Sayreville, and then we went to the skate park there because, of course, we went. If Nate is involved, there will be a skate park, marijuana, or coffee, or some combination of the three involved. You learn that real quickly.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was actually a very nice first date, and we've been inseparable ever since.
What kind of pizza?
I believe I got a slice of plain. When I try a new pizza place, because I'd never been there before, I have always been a stickler for the rule of you always try the plain pizza first.
Okay.
Like I'm very big on that. You should always try the plain first because if the pizza is trapped. Now I'm also a spoiled little brat who grew up in New Jersey, and if it's not New Jersey or New York pizza, I will not fucking touch it. Like anywhere. Nate's the same way though.
Well, I'm not sure about the plane though. Yes,
Nerdy, I will kick you out of this chat right now. You blasphemer. I will kick you the fuck out of this stream right now.
Yeah,
you see this blasphemy? Y'all see this blasphemy? It is Christmas. Why would you ruin my Christmas with that?
Fuck.
Pineapple does not go on pizza. How dare you besmirch the memory of my beloved uncle by speaking in this manner?
Although my mom loves pineapple on pizza, so, I have to make it every once in a while.
Gordon Ramsay said pineapple does not go on pizza.
Well, damn it. I was sure it didn't. If Gordon Ramsay says it doesn't, now I've got to reevaluate. I really don't want to agree with that foul-mouthed bastard.
Stop it. I love Gordon Ramsay.
Except
and you know what?
He's abusive to his employees and students.
Well, in Hell's Kitchen, yes, but have you seen him on MasterChef Junior? He's actually wonderful with children.
Well, yeah, he doesn't call them a bunch of fucking names and shit. Yeah. Yeah, I've watched both of those. Yeah. Have you seen Gordon Ramsay Uncharted?
I have not, but I want to. I loved Kitchen Nightmares, and he actually had a show for like 5 seconds called Hotel Hell.
Well, no, he travels around the world.
At least we're doing something
all
right.
Kinds of weird shit. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I would love to see that, but yeah, he had a show that I could relate to. There was a show called Hotel Hell that he had, and I wanted so badly to beg him to come to Quality Inn when I worked there. My avatar here on StreamYard, I actually took it when I worked at that hellhole. Everybody who knows me remembers when I used to stream from work.
Yep.
Like I'd go jump on somebody's show and everybody like, "Oh, you're at work. Of course you are." And I think there were a few heated exchanges with customers caught on live streams.
Well, just so Nate knows that from this day forth, he will be known as Skunk Pockets.
I will let him know that when he comes back down. He went outside to smoke a blunt. Because, of course, he did.
No, he went outside to drink a blunt.
Yes, and smoke his coffee.
Okay, did I get point one across? Always buy your shit from somebody who grows it themselves. I don't
Or
know
at
what
least who has good connections.
Well, I don't know what state you live in, but in my state, I
New
can
Jersey.
grow full plants. I can grow full plants, and it's all good.
I'm not sure what the grow legality is in New Jersey, but I do know that, you know, honestly, it's technically illegal to smoke in public, but Nate and I do it all the time.
Oh yeah, it. You can't smoke in public here. I mean, you can go out in your front yard and
Well,
smoke a
yeah,
joint.
because you're still on private property. My
Yeah,
mother, though, unfortunately has busybody neighbors that like to call the cops on stupid shit. So my mom actually had to clarify to me and Nate not too long after we started dating, because my mom does not care about weed. Like, I mean, for God's sake, earlier I was telling the story of how I fucked up eating the whole gummy, but my mom had to clarify to us, I don't care that you guys smoke pot, but please keep it off my property because I don't want my neighbors calling the cops on me. Even though it's legal, they'll still have to come out, and my mom doesn't want cops at the door.
Yeah.
Her number
fair
one rule, she has
enough.
two
Fuck
number
that
one
noise.
rules. She has two number one rules. One is crisis management, which is step one, nobody move. The second number one rule is no cops at the door. Ever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get that. I mean, I know
So,
most of the cops around here, but if
my
they
mom is
show up at
friends with the
the
top
front
cop in
door,
town.
that's not good.
Funniest thing ever, my mom is really close to the top cop in Hightstown, and he hates my stepdad.
Hmm.
Don't die, please. And thank you.
I'm trying not to.
Michigan
Aren't
was
we all?
real clever about it.
Well, I
Yeah.
want to live to just piss people off because that motherfucker's still alive. Yeah, I am.
Oh, yeah, me too. I'm living despite everyone.
Hmm.
Honestly, there have been a few points in my life where I did not off myself for the sole purpose of spiting somebody I hated.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna live just to make you mad.
Mm.
Listen,
See,
I'm here for that. The
I
mindset.
don't
I'm
get.
here for it. I like that.
Yeah, it takes a lot to make me angry, and I don't bother to carry grudges because I can't afford the energy to do that.
There are a few people who are still alive today because I like not being in prison. I've been locked up twice, not trying to go back.
Fair enough.
I have never been convicted of anything, though. I've been arrested for things I haven't done, held in holding. That was bad enough. Prison? No, 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 no. I'm so good. I am so good.
Yeah, see, for me, apathy is my best defense mechanism. That when I really get depressed enough
that
to
it
do
is what
something,
it is mindset.
yeah, when I really get that depressed, suicide seems like too much effort.
Yeah, you know what? That is something a lot of people. You know what? This is the most valid point that has crossed the chat today. Thank you, Jeff. You know what? Yeah,
Yeah.
Stool is definitely someone I'm living to spite. I mean, have I ever said anything nice to or about Stool? Ever?
Well, I don't have any choice in the matter because I have been cursed to outlive everyone I know. So,
You can
What is this, the
try.
as
Green
long
Mile?
as any of you people are alive, I can't die.
Damn
You
it.
can try.
Hey, it wasn't my choice. It was the curse put on me.
So whenabouts do you think the curse was placed on you?
Well, BuzzFeed confirmed it because BuzzFeed said I'd be the last man on Earth. Of course, I'm no longer a man, so I don't know how that works.
You know what? It's actually a good question worth investigating. Existential crisis number 6,943.
Yeah, actually,
Although
I'm
perhaps
sure
BuzzFeed
that
was
we
using
could.
the gender neutral form of man.
What?
Perhaps BuzzFeed was using the gender neutral form of man. Like, for example, God created man, meaning humans. I don't know. What do
No,
I know?
because the people who read BuzzFeed would get too pissed off about them being woke if they did that.
Yeah, valid point.
Although I
Excellent.
think that we should take Scummer's line there, and I think we should be putting that on T-shirts. I expect that's going to sell.
Didn't off yourself to spite someone, but enough about stool.
Yeah.
Or are we talking about this?
No, the enough about stool.
I'm surprised stool isn't
we should
here.
put that on T-shirts.
Oh, absolutely. They would sell like hotcakes. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to live to piss people off. I think it is on a few T-shirts. I actually think it might be, but I'm not sure. Actually, my mother has debated the idea of putting horrible phrases on T-shirts, but I'm terrified of what she would have to say. I mean, most of you probably follow my mother. God, the things she say. God, the things
No,
she
I
says.
don't.
You don't follow my mom?
Who's your mom?
Sci sister.
No, I don't follow her.
Oh yeah, actually, I have been following her, but she hasn't put anything out in quite a while.
That's because she's been too busy trying not to lose her house.
Mm-hmm.
The poor woman is going through absolute hell. Her body is eating her alive. And of course, the cat demands to be petted. That's literally how it is in my mother's house. And the cat wanting to be petted is the least of her problems.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the cat is so damn soft. He's a Bombay cat, an absolute spoiled little prince. Because see, where my mom went wrong is, where my mom went wrong was she let him overhear her talking about how fancy he is, and now he demands to be treated as such. Hi. I see how it is. You bring yourself you bring down your own coffee to smoke, but nothing for me? No, I have ginger ale. I'm totally fucking with you. Oh, Nate, you have a new nickname in my community here. Skunk Pockets. Yep, he is Skunk Pockets now. Yeah, actually, Nate pulled up to my house yesterday, and he was on the sidewalk smoking the blunt, and my mom got home, and she said, "I smell skunk." I said, "No, Mom, you smell marijuana. What the fuck is wrong with you?" So, damn, I can't believe we've already been live for an hour and a half, and yep, it actually took a record-breakingly short amount of time to veer off the topic at hand. But
yeah, and
did I not warn everybody?
Topic I could have even had some input in. You know, I've dealt with being in interfaith relationships, mostly during my pagan years.
It's actually super cool. It's actually very interesting learning more about Nate's culture and things like that. Because I've always enjoyed learning more about walks of life different than my own. That was how I was raised. Some people believe this, some people believe that. Some people are different skin colors, some people are different orientations or gender identities. And guess what? Live and let live and mind your own fucking business.
In fact, the majority of my relationships got broken up because their mothers didn't approve of my religion.
Or lack thereof.
Well, actually, since I haven't had one, it hasn't come up because I haven't had a relationship since then.
Ah.
But it was an ongoing pattern of just being.
My relationships mostly broke up because the guys beat me. But then there was always the ongoing. Nate and my mother, they can tolerate each other in limited doses, but if it's more than 5 minutes, it gets real ugly. Cats were once treated as gods. What do you mean we're once treated as gods? If you're not treating your cat as a god, do you even have a cat? Like, actually, Nate has a cat, but the cat lives outside, and I've never actually met her.
She doesn't come in at all?
No, Mark Caesar. Skunk was not my mom's nickname for pot. She's not a secret pothead either. She's completely open about the fact that she enjoys edibles.
Mm.
Were you not here for the whole I ate the whole gummy story?
Yeah, I said he's on the way.
Is he? Well, he's coming from Morristown, so.
Okay, you never checked the picture I was trying to share.
I wouldn't have been able to because I'm on my phone browser.
Oh, okay. You can't
I'll
do
see it when I'll see it. I'll see it when
I'll have to send it to you on Twitter then, because it won't stay here when you shut the stream down.
Oh, it's in the private chat? Let me look. I ain't seeing
just
nothing.
Yeah, well, down where you put new people, where you let new people join the stream.
Oh,
there you go.
there it is. That's my uncle.
Yep, and that's me and Sloth Girl Proxy, because she couldn't make the trip with me.
Oh, I love this. Yeah, so Mark Caesar doesn't know the I ate the gummy story. Yeah, my mom had these. They looked like peach rings, but they were watermelon flavored, and I ate the whole gummy, and I was stuck. No, the camera's not on.
Yeah, that's right.
Ate the whole damn thing.
Jeff, cats think they are gods, and are you going to argue with a deity?
Yeah, I actually saw something a while ago that absolutely made my life because it is so true. Dog mindset versus cat mindset. Dog mindset is they feed me, love me, and take care of me. They must be God. Cat mindset. They feed me, love me, and take care of me. I must be God.
The only thing cats have not figured out is what we're doing with all their poop.
Yeah,
they see us taking it away, but they never know what we use it for.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder what goes on in cats' heads when they see us scooping the litter box. Well, I can't scoop litter boxes because toxoplasmosis.
Yeah, pregnant women are not supposed to do that.
Yeah, but I never really scooped litter boxes anyway. I do not. No, not my thing. I'm good. I'm so good. I will pass on all of that. I already I changed plenty of diapers in my adulthood, even before I was a parent, because I babysat my nephew from shortly before his first birthday. I've changed plenty of diapers then. Plus, I had my own baby, so I know I'm about to have another one.
Well, I mean, I've never been married and I've never had kids, but I've changed my niece's diaper a bunch of fucking times.
Yep.
I have been married. I have had a child, not with the same man for both. My ex-husband was a bastard, and I would have been a failure as a mother having his child.
I have technically never been married, and all the kids I've raised.
There's no one set topic. It all devolves.
Yeah, none of them had my DNA.
Yeah.
They just all.
Well, I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky as far as I'm very lucky with Nate. It's very rare, and a lot of people don't like to talk about this, but it's actually very rare that a man genuinely accepts a woman's children from a previous relationship or lack thereof. In my generation,
I was told that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, your generation. Okay, I get
What's
that.
up? Yeah, micro-sized biological father and I were actually never in a relationship. We were just friends, and I ended up accidentally pregnant. But anyway, I digress. So I'm very fortunate that that part is no secret. But Nate is very much he wants to bond with micro-sci. He's and not just because micro-sci is the sibling of his unborn daughter, but because very few men actually genuinely believe that a woman's child or children is a non-negotiable part of the package. Yep. In fact, one of the most common perpetrators of child abuse is the mother's boyfriend. So I'm very lucky that I have a man in my life who accepts my daughter unconditionally and wants to have a bond with her and genuinely like wishes to treat her as his own child.
Yeah, well,
It's very rare, and I'm very lucky to have that. And I wouldn't trade. That's one of many reasons I wouldn't trade Nate for the world.
when my past relationships ended, I always wound up missing the kids more than the woman. So,
Well, yeah, that tends to happen. I mean, you develop that bond with the kids.
yep.
Well, no, look, okay. If I could step in, I
Sure.
dated a woman. I dated a woman. She was pregnant. She had her daughter. Her daughter was my daughter.
Yep.
She
And that's
still
how
calls
it's supposed
me,
to be.
yeah, she still calls me dad to this day.
Well,
And
that's
it
why I
fucking makes
still
me
refer
cry.
to them as my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Nate sees MicroSci as just as much his kid as NanoSci, because he's like, well, I got involved with you and you have a daughter, and what it doesn't make sense to him that a
Yeah.
man could not look at it that way. He just thinks that makes no sense. He's like, well, how what do you mean men don't see kids as non-negotiable parts of the package? What do you mean they don't see it as, oh, well, if you're involved with a woman with kids, okay, that's your kids too. Like, and you treat them as such.
Yep.
This is
I'm
just
sure
common
got it.
sense to him, and it's just common sense to him, and he doesn't understand men who don't think like that, which I think is commendable.
Yep.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a
And
good
yes,
thing.
he's right here
You
while I'm
can't see
saying
it that
this.
way. Fair enough. Hey,
The question is he holding a
But
gun
if
to
you
you
don't
while
see
you
it that way, then you have no business dating a single parent.
Yeah.
The answer is don't date somebody with kids. It's fine if having kids from a previous relationship is a deal breaker for somebody, but the answer is don't get involved with a single parent, not try to weasel the kids out of the picture. And too many
Yeah,
people try that.
actually, for me, those relationships happened because their kids got attached to me, so then they decided they might as well keep me around.
well,
Yeah.
to circle back, that girl that I was telling you about, her daughter calls me dad. I built a swing set with her, and I built a tree house with her.
Hmm.
She would
Well, yeah,
bring
so
me
you
the
did all the dad things.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
You know, Nate came into the picture with MicroSci when she's already like not too long before her 6th birthday. But I asked her flat out yesterday, because, you know, obviously Nate's not going anywhere because we're having a baby together. And I asked her, I was like, Savannah, I'm going to ask you, and can you tell me honestly? I was like, do you like Nate? And without a moment's hesitation, looked at me with this big smile on her face and said, yes.
Oh, I was getting ready to say she said hell no.
No, she did not. No, she did not. She like, I mean, my kid is one of the sweetest, friendliest little beings on the face of the earth, and she's generally pretty accepting. But there have been times where she has been wary of somebody, and I pay attention to that because of the fact that she's generally very sociable and friendly and accepting. If she's not so sure about you, neither am I.
Yeah, some strangers have a certain
Especially
smell.
because
Yeah.
this is not the first time. I mean, we all remember Josh, and Josh was the only father that my daughter knew. Now, I dated that jackass Matt for about 5 seconds, and she did meet him, and she certainly did not. You know how some kids act out because, oh, someone's mom is dating someone other than dad, or dad is dating someone other than mom.
Mm-hmm.
My kid never did that. She was generally very accepting of it. And it has been no exception with Nate. She's totally cool with him. She's, you know, she was showing him she's got her own bathroom at my aunt's house, and it's totally JoJo Siwa decorated, rainbows and unicorns. Like, I have no idea where this girly girl shit came from with my kid, but she was totally excited to show it to him, totally excited to show him stuff in her room. She had no problem interacting with him. She's not one to act out because, oh, mom has a new boyfriend. She's just like, oh, okay, cool. You're nice to me. And MicroSci in particular, she never witnessed any actual abuse, but she knows that dad wasn't always very nice to mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I was dating somebody else not too long after I left Josh this last time. And he had given me a necklace, and I was wearing it, and MicroSci asked about it. And I told her where it came from. I was like, yeah, mommy's seeing somebody. The guy's name was Will. And I was like, yeah, his name is Will, and I've been seeing him for a little while now. And the only thing she wanted to know was, well, is he nice to you, Mom? So that's really what my daughter cares about first and foremost. Like she knows that I have a history of getting treated like crap.
Yep.
Like I said, she never witnessed any physical abuse, but she did like hear me get talked to not very nicely by boyfriends and by family. So it's very important to her that someone that I'm dating be nice to me. And obviously she saw that Nate is absolutely wonderful to me. So he's cool in her book.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that she's.
Oh, she's completely accepting. She's completely accepting.
She gets to an age where she can start dating. Like she realizes
I
what's
don't even want to think about. My daughter is 6. I do not want to think about her dating. But I do have to think of actually that's something that most parents do not want to think about, whether or not they want to put their daughters on birth control.
Mm-hmm.
But in the state of New Jersey, at 14 years old, you can actually consent to medical stuff without a parent involved.
Mm.
And one thing I have to do when MicroSci has her first period, and I'll have to do the same thing with NanoSci, I'm going to have to take both my girls for blood work. Because if they have the same prothrombin mutation that I have, they actually cannot go on hormonal birth control. The prothrombin G2021-0A mutation is incompatible with hormonal birth control because of the increased risk of blood clots. Anyone with this mutation who's not anticoagulated is already 2 to 3 times more likely to suffer a blood clot or a stroke. So hormonal birth control is not an option for me. Hence why I've, the only methods of birth control I could use are tubal ligation or condoms. And I hate condoms.
Mm. So do I.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody. You know what? That's something that. I'm pretty sure. This is something nobody actually talks about. I'm pretty sure nobody actually likes condoms, and they just use them because we're encouraged to.
Well, people use them because the consequences of not using them can make things difficult in life.
Yes, as I have consistently failed to learn.
Hence, you're pregnant.
But hey,
now.
Who said I had a track record? Who said I had a track record of making good decisions? I mean, my mom, she was talking. I have 10 more minutes on this stream. Shut your ass up. Anyway, you bro. Nate, stop it. Nate, seriously, stop it. I'm not moving. But no, like, oh my God, what was it?
Oh man.
But yeah.
My side. Sorry.
I can't quite hear what he's saying.
I'll shut up.
I'm not telling you, but this. I don't even remember what we were talking about now.
Condoms.
No one's talking about personal information. We're not having this argument on live stream. Oh, here we go. This happens a lot. I usually just tell him to shut up and he stops. But you know what? It's all worth it because he also does things like bring me Taco Bell at 3 a.m.
Taco Hell. Wait a minute.
Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Taco Hell.
First of all, where do you get Taco Hell from? I am a sucker.
Taco Bell, Taco Hell. I have a real taco place around here, run by like
Taco Bell. I've been one of my most annoyingly persistent pregnancy cravings has been steak quesadillas from Taco Bell.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. Hey,
especially if you're talking about 3 a.m. If you want,
it's one of the few things that's open, and Nate does DoorDash, so. yeah, like the other day, because we'll text each other throughout the night, and he comes in at least twice during my shift each night to bring me snacks because his thing is, well, we got to keep my baby fed, which is awesome. It's actually really awesome going through a pregnancy with an involved father now. I didn't have that the first time around. Like, micro-sized father, as we all know, is a deadbeat. And, you know, he had very little to do with the pregnancy. He came to the 20-week scan, but that's about it. But Nate has been very much involved. He's come to every doctor's appointment and plans on continuing to come to every doctor's appointment. You know, he's had questions to ask the doctors himself. Like, he's actually very involved in this pregnancy. And I swear this man deserves a medal for dealing with my pregnancy cravings at ungodly hours. I mean, especially because I work the night shift. Yeah, he was working. He usually does DoorDash while I'm at work, and we'll be texting each other. And he mentioned in his text, "Oh yeah, I'm at Taco Bell." I was like, "Hey, since you're at Taco Bell," and just sent an upside down emoji. And he was like, "Dude, what do you want?" And the obvious answer, I said, "You know what my favorite is? All right, I'll be right there with a steak quesadilla." It's actually really nice and refreshing. Now you want taco? Well, I don't know what real tacos are like, but you know what? Like I said, this is a pregnancy craving. Leave me alone, Maya. I've also become a sucker for. I used to want nothing to do with Quick Check milkshakes because I don't know if anybody here is familiar with Quick Check. I don't know if they have that beyond the East Coast, but they put ice in milkshakes.
Oh,
but
yeah.
now I will die if I don't have a Reese's milkshake at least 5 times a week.
Oh, yeah. Every time I go to the store, I got to get a bag of Reese's peanut butter cups. Even if they're the little minis.
Reese's is live.
God almighty. If I don't have none, I'm fucking sad.
Dude, I think the Reese's cravings for me, because Reese's are another big pregnancy craving I've been dealing with. And I think Nate is one of the biggest peanut butter fiends I've ever met in my life. Like, he's absolutely, like, I think if they stopped making peanut butter, like, he would actually go on a violent rampage. Like, I actually believe Nate would go on a violent rampage if they stopped making peanut butter.
I would make my own peanut butter. I would not go on a violent rampage. Thank you very much. I would go on a peanut butter making rampage.
Violently so.
I would stop peanut butter, yes.
So there you go, violent rampage.
It would be violent, but it would just be peanut butter.
Yes, but you would do so violently.
That's what it would look like, maybe. It wouldn't be violent. It would just be an act of peanut butter making.
But anyway, Nate is a peanut butter fiend like no fucking other. And I happen to love Reese's myself.
Ask him if he's ever had a Reese's Take 5.
Bruh,
those are the fucking shit.
Yeah, those are great. Take 5 was one of my favorites, and then the Reese's took them over, and I was like, "What?"
You know what? I think have I had it? Did you make me eat a Reese's Take 5 yet?
I didn't make you eat anything. I gave you one, and you were like, "Wow, a Reese's Take 5."
That sounds like about my reaction. Actually, one time I was at Burlington and I was dealing with a pissed off customer, and suddenly there was a Reese's floating in my face, and I turned around and there's Nate with a Reese's for me. But yeah, I mean, I love Reese's. It's my favorite candy. Nate's a peanut butter fiend. So guess what I've been craving non-fucking stop this entire pregnancy? Fucking Reese's.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all. Wow. Besides, peanut butter is a fantastic source of protein. Mm-hmm. Nate's over here working out next to me, throwing a blue ball in the air. Insert blue balls jokes here. Yes, and I'm infesting your gym with glitter. You have to add a woman's touch.
I guess so.
Hee hee. Oh, ex-husbands. Oh, speaking of ex-husbands, mine is unfortunately still wasting oxygen. May he fall in a hole and die. Amen. Chocolate peanut butter Cheerios exist. Nate. Yep. Chocolate peanut butter Cheerios are a thing. Okay, well, we need to try them. Are they sold in stores, or do you have to make them yourself? I'm down for either. Like, I'm here for this. I'm totally here for this. But see, when I get the Quick Check milkshake, specifically the Reese's milkshake from Quick Check, I will not drink it if it is made by anybody other than our dear friend Chuck. It has to. I'm very particular about who makes the milkshakes at both our Wawa and our Quick Check, which are across the street from each other, and that makes it so much fucking funnier. If I'm at Wawa, Dave is the milkshake king. If we're at Quick Check, Chuck is the milkshake king. And Nate and I have been discussing hosting a whole ass live event, Dave versus Chuck. Oh, you can buy them on Amazon? I got a $50 Amazon gift certificate for my birthday. Chuck versus Dave? I thought it was Dave versus Chuck.
Chuck versus Dave.
Okay, but the alphabetization of it all.
Dave versus Chuck. Chuck versus Dave.
Same fucking shit.
I don't know nothing about that.
What do you know about it?
I made it up. What do you mean? I'm the tournament master.
You're the tournament master?
Do you figure I don't know about what I already invented? How reason is that?
Isn't this such a refreshing change? You know, everybody remembers the streams I used to host where Josh would just violently hit on any straight man that came into the stream.
That's insane.
Well, have you forgotten that until I had a history of attracting men that were like not admitting that they were gay? I don't know what was up with that.
Wait a minute.
My ex-boyfriend, violently so.
Oh, fair enough. Well,
Dude,
it's not Nate. Right.
Nate is not. No, Nate is the straightest man I have ever dated. A banana to the chocolate peanut butter Cheerios, bruh. New pregnancy craving. New pregnancy craving unlocked.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about this.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you can
fuck
do that.
you up.
Yeah, you can do that when I leave with my dad.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm gonna fuck you up right now. Eat the Captain Crunch berries.
Captain Crunch berries. Go on.
Yeah, just eat the berries. Don't eat the Captain Crunch. Just eat the berries.
Oh,
you might be able to find a bag of them.
Isn't there a whole cereal? Isn't there a whole cereal that's oops all berries?
Yep.
I was gonna say, like, that's a whole thing. Like, why buy the Captain Crunch berries when you can just buy the oops all berries? It's the same difference. Nate's gonna have the actually, you know what? No, Nate actually does have like sympathy cravings and like sympathy symptoms with me. So let's not even get into that. Like,
I've had that.
What is that? Bring it close. I cannot see. Give me
I want a steak with peanut butter on it. Yeah.
Nate just passed me his phone, and I'm going to read the meme aloud to everybody. I never ask y'all for much, but please go live when your family starts arguing on Christmas. No, I don't think I will be doing that. I do not think I'll be doing that. I'm gonna just because I will probably sit and watch Christmas movies with my dad and stepmom and my younger sister if she decides to come out. And of course, my dad's spoiled Yorkie.
Okay. I've got a question. Define a Christmas movie.
Why is define a Christmas movie?
No,
a Christmas movie is any movie in which Christmas cannot be removed from the movie without fundamentally altering the plot.
Okay. When we already did that too, it's 8:00, so it's time to go to Stephanie.
Yes, so I'm gonna so I believe the link to Stephanie's stream is somewhere in the description here. So peace out, y'all. Have fun storming the castles, and I now really have to shit.
Wait,
so
somewhere. Hang on.
All right. All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks.